Welcome back to Reaction Bomb, everybody. Special shout out to my bomb squad. We got another Breaking Broken News Monday here for you guys. Right now, one of the biggest things we have trending across the country is this math teacher in Riverside, California, who has a whole lot of people up in arms because apparently they're saying she was being racist and she was making fun of Native Americans, American Indians. I didn't understand at first what it even had to do with it. And several news articles and reporters are like, she's not even a history teacher. What does it have to do with it? But apparently, I'll explain it does have something to do with it. But for right now, let's get started and watch the news article. This teacher is suspended. I'm not sure if it's with or without pay. She's getting investigated. There was protesters outside the school. All sorts of activists are up in arms about it. She's probably most likely going to lose her job, I would say. So you guys take a look at this and see if you guys think that's deserved or not deserved. If you haven't already, do subscribe to the channel, hit the like for me, and let's get started.
California teacher is now on leave after this video went viral.
Yeah, this video's crazy.
The teacher appears to be explaining Sohcahtoa, a term used to help memorize trigonomic functions, often criticized when paired with offensive native imagery.
So let me just say exactly what she said. It is used for trigonomic function. It calculates ratios from a right angle and to find either a side length or an angle measure. I didn't understand at first how this became associated with any kind of American Indian thing. So I researched it because I wanted to know. And what I could come up with in dictionary.com and a couple other sites is that many English speakers have remarked on the sound of Sohcahtoa, comparing it to the names of Native Americans like Sacagawea. One illustration of Sohcahtoa has featured the right angle as a mountain and imagines Sohcahtoa as an American Indian chief. So basically, this is My Dear Aunt Sally, but for trigonometry. So there is a precedent set for it. She didn't just come up with this on her own. So I guess the question in this is, did she go too far? And did she actually even use it as a learning tool, or is she just acting the fool in class?
I don't know. Tomahawks?
Tomahawks? Like, why? She does not look good. She does not look good. Oh my God. See, she's going crazy. My understanding is this whole video is like 6 minutes long. A kid in the class who is Native American got offended at some point and started recording it. She's not even teaching anything though. She's just repeating the same thing, Sohcahtoa, and dancing around for like 6 minutes. So where's the lesson of anything in this? Like, I don't understand it. Here we go. Plus, she can't dance. She looks crazy as hell. Look at that. And they're laughing. I mean, what kind of Indian dance is that? Like, she's tired now. This is so stupid, though.
And I get all of my feathers.
She goes home and gets her feathers.
There we go.
Is this... And then she jumps up on a table at another part of the video. So it looked like for 1 second she got her feathers, and I thought she was going to go towards the trigonometry, the functions, and then she just starts dancing around. I'm going to be honest with you, my son walked by and looked at this video and he was like, is she on drugs, Mom? I don't know. Like, I can't imagine how she didn't think this was like out of control, like it didn't get too far. Where is, I mean, I don't. And look at this fool, like she's jumping around like the damn Easter bunny. I really do think maybe she has meds. Oh!
Oh man! I just hurt my toe.
My toe. Now, who the the hell is going to tell me that whole mess of craziness, my Toa, that doesn't even have anything to do with Native Americans or American Indians. Like, that's not even, as far as I know, making fun of them. That's just pure craziness. Like, that's just like, she's having a whole damn meltdown in class, freaking out. I'd have got up and probably walked out of that class if I was a kid still, and I would have definitely told my kids, get up and walk out because she's doing too much. Like, there's no educational value here. I don't know if she's intentionally being racist, but I could definitely see how someone who's Native American would not think this was funny at all. Like, because it's not even just using it, in some way as a teaching device. She's just running around dancing and talking about tomahawks, and now she just stubbed her toe. I don't know what the hell that has to do with anything. She's out of control, but she could save her job if she used a medical defense that she had a breakdown. She looks about that age for menopause. She'd be like, I had a hot flash. I didn't know what the hell happened. Oh, she's still screaming. Come on now. She's on the desk now. Water goddess?
I ask you. Please tell me.
Now, see, that's offensive.
Please. And then I hear. Because obviously this is ridiculous.
But see, that's very, very defaming to someone's heritage. And that has absolutely nothing to do with trigonometry. Like, it has nothing to do with even the base that some people have associated with this with. She's just on a whole different level, on a whole different space. I can't imagine what made her think that this was a good idea, that this was going to go over, that this had anything to do with trigonometry. This would be a really bad history lesson. It would be out of the way. But for this, the really weak link between the correlation is not working out in this at all.
Wow, look!
You okay?
I just ran into the rock god.
The rock god?
And he spit out.
Gene Simmons. Oh, never mind. My bad.
This is just too funny.
This is just too funny.
He spit out these beautiful rocks.
Like, there's people in class laughing, but I kind of feel like that's a little bit of nervous laughter. At that point, he's like, ha, ha, ha. I mean, is she going to count the rocks? Are we going to get this back to math at any damn point?
Which my children hated. I pulled them out of my pantry. No, wait, no, but the rock god did this.
The rock? Oh. Oh, yeah, she's... I feel like a lot of people are very easily offended today. This is my opinion. I feel like a lot of people are very easily offended. I feel like people look for things to be offended by. I feel like in this case, this kid that videotaped this was right. And I feel like what she has done in this video is really, really beyond acceptable. You have to think too, these are, I'm assuming, high school kids. They're not in college. So would he really, or she really, be brave enough to get up and walk out of the classroom? Because if this hadn't have been videotaped, it would kind of be the student sport against the teacher. And, usually it's going to go in the teacher's favor. So he or she probably really did feel stuck sitting watching this, but yet was really offended and bothered by it. And I think it's bothersome. This goes on for 6 minutes. This isn't like a one-off comment that somebody chose to look at in the worst possible way. This is a mess. Whatever she was thinking, if she had some kind of rationale behind it, it did not play out in what she did. So this is a Native American activist that she was actually contacted by the student, by the family. And she is commenting on what the student said because he's underage, so he did not come out on camera himself.
The teacher. He's actually said he was happy that
So it is a boy.
happened to him. We're glad it happened with someone who was able to digest it instead of internalize it and go home and hurt themselves.
But see, here's the thing of that. Okay. So the kid saying he's glad it was him and not somebody else that couldn't take it as well. Now I agree with that. That's awesome for him to feel that way because he did take action. And I think it's good that he did. And he wasn't just stuck in the moment and couldn't think of anything to do, although nowadays everybody records everything. But I do think it's good that he did that. But then it goes to the whole, rather than going home and hurting himself, no one should go home and hurt themselves because a teacher in class did something stupid. And that, again, that's my opinion. I understand people, may feel different. That's my opinion. At a certain point, people say mean things. People do mean things. You're not hurting anyone but yourself if you hurt yourself and your family and the people that love you. Is that teacher really going to give a damn based on the way they're acting? Probably not. This is another Native American woman, and she also goes on to talk about how she feels about it, and I think she's right on.
Native people as existing in these primitive past tense stereotypes.
Elizabeth Ellis is a Native woman and history professor at New York University.
And if you are expecting Native people to be running around in leather and feathers, it's hard to think of them in the contemporary moment. And this actually really limits our access to political power and to be taken seriously.
And what she's saying is true.
These behaviors are completely unacceptable.
This is what the school said.
An offensive depiction of the vast and expansive Native American cultures and practices.
And it is offensive, and it is all those things. But what it also is just really dumb. Like, this teacher, I don't feel there's anybody looking at this with an ounce of brain cells in them that would say, oh, she made Native Americans look bad. She made American Indians look bad. She made her damn self look bad. She made herself look so stupid and a really bad dancer. But there's nobody that would ever say, which doesn't negate the fact that if that's what she was trying to do, she should be punished for it. She should lose her job. It doesn't go against the fact that she definitely upset at least one person in the class who is Native American. And she really did upset him. Like I said, he was justifiably upset. This wasn't a one comment that, somebody chose to take in the worst possible light. This was over 6 minutes, the full video of this woman doing this, and him, for almost all intents and purposes, being stuck in the class watching this. So I definitely think he's justified. There is picketing outside the school, Native Americans and other people supporting them, that this is unacceptable behavior. And I think it clearly is unacceptable behavior. It's just beyond, I'm telling you, she needs to just plead menopause. Like, she's going through the change of life, and she had a hot flash, doesn't know what the hell happened to her, because I don't know what else she could possibly say. She's off her meds. Like, I don't know. Here we go with the bottom line.
There are going to be some folks out there who would probably like to dress up as a Native American, and this is an opportunity for them to perhaps rethink some of those.
Now, this is talking about people dressing up for Halloween. Now, see, here we go again back the other way, where I'm going to say that's stupid. People can dress up like Indians for Halloween if they want to, just like they dress up like damn cowboys. Nobody's offended by that. People dress up like everything, all different nationalities. People dress up like geishas. People dress up like belly dancers. People dress up like all sorts of things that are associated with certain cultures and with certain backgrounds. So I don't think, this is where it goes in the whole opposite direction. Like, nobody should dress like an Indian. I don't think so. Little kids look at Indians and think they're cool. They think they're awesome. Now, are they really getting a modern view of Indians? Well, of course not. But at some point, that is what Indians did. And some, even modern day Indians, because I've watched a lot of documentaries about Native Americans that hold true to their culture, still do dress like that for ceremonies and for things like that. So if it's not being done in a negative way, then I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't think a kid shouldn't be able to dress as an Indian for Halloween. I think intent goes a long way, and I think other people think it too. So I see this is where it goes too far for me in the other direction, that, oh, nobody can do this, nobody can do that. That's my opinion. So that's it, y'all. What do you guys think of this video? As of right now, on Breaking Broken News Monday, this teacher is suspended. I'm not sure, again, with or without pay. I suspect she's going to lose her job over this. I'm going to go out and say I think she deserves it in this case. I do think that what she did was really unacceptable, and I can't think of any justification for it that would make it make sense and would make it okay. And you would have an aha moment and be like, oh, that's what she was trying to do. No, I don't see that. Tell me what you guys think in the comments, if you guys agree with that, if you guys think she's misunderstood and somehow she was really trying to educate her kids about trigonometry by doing this. If you guys haven't already, do subscribe. If you guys haven't already liked this video, for me, it helps my algorithms. We got some links below, one's to support the channel, one's to look at merch. Again, you guys, thank you so much for taking this journey with me. I'm so fortunate to be here with you guys, and thank you for being here with me. Until we meet again, y'all, bombs away.